Okay, I know and nobody's really going to probably believe me in this video, and I know that it sounds kind of I don't know the word to call it, but it's for real. It's really for real. I don't talk about my dreams on this channel, like dreams that I had and dreams that I still do have. But I know for myself that there are things that we do not yet even know what our brain can actually do. And I know that the brain can do, and we can think, and we can come up with things that we have never imagined with our brains. I know in dreams that this is so, because I have dreamed things, whatever people want to call it or label it as, it's irrelevant if people believe me or not. I know for myself that they say we use 10% of our brain. In these dreams that I have, but this one particular dream that I had about music, it's so hard to describe what I was doing. There wasn't no instrument that I was holding. It was something that I seen that it was like a row of colorful strings that were like, I don't know how many strings it was. It might have been 10 strings, something like that. It wasn't too many, and it wasn't a guitar. It was just these like colorful strings. And I was playing it with my mind, but I was moving my hand with the melody that I was playing. And this melody and these chords, it wasn't even chords. It was like chords on top of chords on top of chords, but it wasn't so many sounds. It was like semitone sounds. It's really hard to describe. Like this thing that I was playing and listening to, it was unlike any music that I have ever heard here on earth. You know, if I want to say metaphorically, it was like something heavenly, angelic. It was like something from an orchestra of heaven or something. You know what I'm saying? And I know this because I can't possibly sit here and think of what it was. I can't possibly remember what it was. But see, I'm telling you, I can't remember, but I remember that it was something that it was so beautiful. It was so out of this world. It was just something otherworldly. It's something I can't describe to people. And I know for a fact, because if I can dream it, then that means that the mind can think of it. And I know for a fact that I tapped in, and I do tap in to certain things while I'm sleeping that I can't tap into when I'm awake in this reality. And I have this happen a lot. And really what I would like to do is I would like to go somewhere and have my brain studied. Because my whole life I could like hear sounds without hearing sounds in my head. I can hear horns and trumpets and strings and bells and whistles and everything. I can hear all sounds in my head audibly without hearing them. I can actually hear it. It's very hard to describe. And you might be thinking I'm one of these guys that I see sounds as colors. No, that's not what I mean. That it wasn't, I wasn't seeing colors as sounds. It was just, it was these colors that were, it was the colors of earth, but they were shades of colors that were not like that of earth. It was like a neon kind of it was like a chameleon changing colors as I was playing, and I was thinking of the notes, and I was seeing it play itself. And but the thing is though, it was like I wasn't playing it. I wasn't playing this thing. Something in my brain was automatically doing this. And I had other dreams like this. This is not the only dream. I have had tons of dreams. I could start a channel on here of my dreams. I could start a dream channel of the dreams that I had that I can remember. See, I can't remember a lot of my dreams, but I do remember some, very few. And in my dreams, I will have these dreams where I'm not going to explain the dream or say what the dream's about, but I always see the colors of like blue, violet, purple, turquoise mixed together, like wavy, like waving and like aurora borealis kind of stuff. And I seen these colors many times, and it's like I'll be in this like tribal situation with these like Aztec people, and I'll be getting kind of kidnapped by someone, and I'm driving on this abandoned road, and I'm in this car with people stuffed to the gill, but it's not like reality. The dreams are not like reality. It's like it's not possible. It's like there's like 150 people in this thing crammed together, and we're all disfigured in this thing. It's just weird stuff like that. I mean, I can go on and on. Those are the bad dreams I have. But I also, besides the music, I had dreams where, and this is sexual in content, I had dreams where the women in my dreams were shaped like women, but their body parts were in parts that were in places that were perfect for my liking. Like my brain was automatically thinking of this, something I could never think of. Like their buttocks was like the perfect shape, their shoulders, their breasts, their back. It was just absolutely perfect. And there was a group of these women in the dream. And then there was another woman that her breasts were like disfigured, but they were, I can't explain it. It was like the exact way that my brain would want them to be. And I know this sounds weird for any women that may be watching, or men, but her breasts were like disfigured, but they were right how it would be the best of the best for my liking. And for me to think of this, I just don't know how my brain could even think of this. And see, when I'm saying disfigured, you think that I'm talking about in some kind of other disfigured way. I'm just talking about it was weird looking, but it turned me on beyond anything that I can describe to you in reality. Like when I woke up from this dream, just like that dream with the music, when I woke up from this dream with these women, I wanted to be in that place for an eternity. When I got out of the dream, I was so mad because I said, my goodness. Now, I know this is going to sound really weird to people. I'm going to sound like a whore or a slut or something. But I said, those were my women. Those were my women, you know? And I said this in a very selfish way, but it was like bliss. It was like pure bliss that I could never myself come up with or imagine, and my brain did it on its own. And with the music dream, and I had dreams about music and stuff before. I just can't remember them well, but I know that I had many other dreams like that. I had many other dreams where there was these sounds being played that they weren't like any sounds that I ever heard here. Or if they were similar to sounds here, they were played in a way where I could never play it myself or think of it. Because the only way I can describe it, it was like semitones within semitones. You know how on an MPC there's 0, 1, 2, 3. You can go, you know, if a snare is going ch ch ch, you can go up 1 ch ch. That's 1, 2 ch 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 ch, and it keeps getting higher. Or you can go from 0 to -1 down to like -48 or something, and you can go ch 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 ch, and you can keep going down. But this was something where it didn't sound like chords. It did not sound like chords. It sounded like sounds within a sound within a sound. Chords within chords within a chord. And for me to sit here and tell you how it was, I possibly can't. That's why you have to imagine it. Because what I thought, you could never think. And I don't know if any other people... I really, listen, this is me being absolutely honest. I don't think there are too many people at all on this earth that have dreams like I do. And listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm not saying that I'm special. I'm not saying that I'm anything, but I'll tell you one thing. These dreams that I have are special dreams. I mean, this is stuff that we have not tapped into yet with the human mind. And another thing, I am afraid of water. I'm scared to drown. I have a fear of deep water. I am horrified to go out in the ocean or get stranded in deep water. And I love water. I drink water. I'm thankful for water. And I know that I'm made of water. Water is the most important thing here that we need. But I have these dreams where I'm like one with the water in the dream. And I always have these dreams where I'm kind of in like this glass water park. Like I'm in this thing where it's a house made of like clear glass, like crystal clear glass. And there's water, and there's like, it's like a water park or something. And it's by an ocean or some kind of body of water. And then there's like trees, kind of like a tropical place. And I'm under the water, and I'm breathing under the water. I'm under the water, and I'm completely at peace. I'm completely not scared of it. When I'm in my dream, I'm not scared of water. I'm not scared of deep water. I'm not scared to be in or under the water. It's like this, how can I explain it? It's really hard to explain to people, but it's like I'm back in the womb or something, like I'm covered and I'm in that liquid and I'm one with it. And it's, besides that, it's what I'm trying to say here is it's nothing like reality. I don't feel like reality at all when I'm in these dreams. I am in a blissful epiphany of beautiful glory. That's the only way I can describe it. And I don't know how this happens, because what's really weird about all of this is I have horrible dreams too. I have really, really, really bad dreams. And then once in a while, I have these dreams of epiphany, of something that I can't describe to people. But then I have some of the weirdest, most horrible, awkward, disfigured, slimy, stinking. Everything is out of shape and it stinks in the dream. It's almost like I'm in the dream. I can smell in the dream. I can feel in the dream. Everything's always slimy and nasty, and it's like a dream where I'm at some weird concert, like some weird, I don't know how to describe it. I was going to say demonic, but I'm at some concert where there's evil there, and there's like these vines wrapped around the person that's doing whatever, the people that are there, and there's like this platform with this deep black hole in the middle of the platform. And then I go from there, and it's really weird. It transitions like I'm floating or something. I'm not like, it's not like I'm walking. In some parts I am walking, but in other parts I'm like floating, and I'm feeling this, just this like evil, wretched, nasty things around me in the dream. And I don't know what this is. I could never figure out what this was, because I have been being plagued with this since I was about 18. I started getting these really bad dreams, and I had them ever since, off and on. I went through stages with these. I had night terrors, and then I had weird dreams that were horrible, and then I had a couple good dreams here and there, but very seldomly. But when I get them, they are like, what in the world? I want to go back into that. I want to be in that reality. That's where I want to be. And if I can tap into that in this, I'm telling you, it's unlike anything. If they could tap into my brain and get to where that is and show that, or somebody could feel that, you would not want to ever get out of your dream. You would want to stay there forever, for an eternity. That's how if I had a heaven, if that was my heaven, if that's where I would go when I go unconscious, I'm good to go. I'm cool. Leaving this earth is no problem. Leaving everything behind, I don't really care anymore, but I'm still going to make the best out of this life. But anyway, like I go from this stage that got like these vines, like these deep rooted vines, and it's like this weird chamber room, but it's outside. It's so weird. It's like a room, but I'm outside, and it's like a stage all in one. And then I like kind of float off this stage, and I'm going up this like oily, grassy, like the grass is brown and has a little bit of green, but it's like oily and slimy. And then I go into this hut where I'm standing in this part. I'm standing up. It feels like I'm standing in a dream. And there's this narrow thing where everything's slippery and slimy and nasty, and there's like these commodes where people were pissing in, but it wasn't a commode. It was like a hole dug into the ground, like kind of like a grave almost, but shorter than a grave. It was like just a ditch dug in war, like when they dig foxholes in wars, and there was piss, nasty stinking piss, and like four things, like 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I can't do it on here, but like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there was like this glass mirror that was broke, and people were in there, and they were trying to pee and get around, but you're like slipping. You're like almost about to fall into the piss, and it's just nasty. It's all disfigured and stuff. And then when I go out of there, it's everybody around me just feels evil and wicked and nasty, and it's like you can just feel this energy of hatred and bitterness and anger and all kinds of things. I can't really describe to you the feeling that I get in these dreams. And then I'm in like um this weird dystopia land of like dinosaur plants, and there's this big like spider web and this kind of dragonfly type Venus flytrap thing either flew or was in or by the web. I forget if it was flying towards me, but it was some weird monster looking mosquito, dragonfly, Venus flytrap all in one. And it was like coming for me or something, or it was just scaring my mind. I don't know what it was doing, but I seen it and it looked horrifying. And it was like three things in one. You know, it wasn't just one thing. Even if I tried to draw a picture of it, it would be hard. But this is just this is just one of so many dreams that I can remember. I can't remember a lot of dreams I had, because there's days where I have a dream, a horrible dream, then I wake up, go back to sleep because I got to go to the bathroom, or I wake up to toss and turn, and then I have another dream, and then I have another dream. But while I'm in the dream goes from being weird to horrible to okay, or it goes from being something that isn't bad to something not so bad to something horrible. It transitions into all of these different stages and levels, and it's kind of like a video game playing out, going into different places and different settings and different color tones. And one minute I'm like, this one thing, it felt like I was in some kind of tribal like time, like I was being hunted or chased by these tribal people, and there was like these vines that were going up these really huge rocks. Like these rocks were like 25 feet maybe, and there was these big thick vines going up, and I was on this kind of railroad thing, like where they go underground to get coal and they push them railroads. I was on that, and I was trying to get out of this ditch that I was in, but there was no way I could get out. And then these tribal men started coming, and I started going down this railroad. And see, I can't remember all of it, but it's just so weird. It's so weird. And then I'm going down this thing, and then it's transitioning into me being under some bridge with like homeless people, and it's like this futuristic setting where it's raining, and there's this little light there that I can see, but I can't see past the light, and it's dark. And then I'm seeing out into this like river slash ocean. It wasn't an ocean and it wasn't a river. It was a river ocean. And then I could see these sharks like swimming, and there was these little islands they were big in size, but they looked small. And I know this sounds really weird, bear with me, but I'm telling you, this shit is crazy. And I fell in the water all of a sudden, and I'm panicking and I'm swimming. And these sharks, they weren't sharks. They were like shark slash, they had like these weird arms that looked like drums or something. I can't explain it. They had these weird arms, like, and it looked like a hammerhead, and it had something in the shape of a drum, like a snare drum. And they were swimming, and I'm panicking, trying to get out of the water, and I get out, and I'm on this like rock, this weird looking rock, and I don't remember anything after that, but I know that the dream went on a little more before I woke up. But it's just, I had so many of these dreams, it's unbelievable. Like I think I only did not dream out of the last, I would say, 2 and a half years, I would say that I only didn't dream about maybe a month out of that time. And every other day I dreamt and I had dreams. And most of them were these dreams that were either horrible at first or transitioned into something where I got away or something happened. Or it goes from being okay, like I'm just walking somewhere or doing something, and then it starts getting really weird, and then it turns into this horrible thing. And I have them over and over and over, and sometimes I will have dreams within the dreams. It will be dreams in the dreams in the dream. It will be like 4, 5, 6, 7 dreams within one dream before I wake up. So anyway, I just wanted to do that video because I thought that, because I know that it's something that is untapped in the human brain. I know that whatever goes on in this thing, and I don't know if it was from the concussion I had. I don't know if it was from the drug that I take. I don't know if it's just from the person I am and my experiences, or I got something. I don't know what it is, but I know that there are parts of the brain, there are parts that when I am in a dream state, it is completely different than reality. Absolutely different. And I'm not talking about just having some normal dream where you're in a room and you're talking with somebody and something happens. My dreams are way different than that. Way different, way more deep. The colors are different. The textures, everything is, it's like 4 in 1. Like I said, with the shark, and then the dragonfly and the Venus flytrap and the mosquito all in one, and what else was like 3 in 1? Like there was a stage, it was outside in a jungle type area, and it was in a building all in one. Now, how do you describe that to people? You just can't do it. And that's why I know. And with the thing with the sound and hearing these sounds and my brain making them on its own. I wasn't making this stuff. It was doing it on its own. But I say, if I could do that, and they say we only use 10% of our brain. That's what they say. That's what they say. Now, do I know that that's absolutely true? I don't know. But just think, if we're not using 90% of the rest of our brain, what we're not tapping into, or what we could tap into. And to me, it's not scary. To me, it can show us, it can get us away from the things that we're doing now. It can help us to prevent things. It can help us to do things and to make us understand. That's how I see it. And I'm telling you, I just know that I know that I know that I know without a doubt in my mind, that if I could get studies done, I would. I just don't know how to go about doing it or whatever. But I know that I tap into something that nobody else does when I'm sleeping, when I'm in a dream state, when I'm in that REM sleep, or that whatever sleep it's called. I don't know what it is. I go somewhere where no man has gone before. That's the only way I can describe it. And it isn't no mystical stuff, or, people will label it as whatever they want to label it as. But all I know is that there are parts of the mind that we are not even remotely getting close to thinking of, that we're not even remotely touching the tip of the iceberg with. So anyway, just something to get y'all thinking about something. And all you can do is wonder. You can't possibly, know what I know or think what I think. It's impossible to make you understand that. I'm giving you the best representation that I possibly can, and it's not fulfilling what I if you could just know what I knew, or felt what I felt, or seen what I seen, or sensed what I sensed, and knew what I knew, you would know what I mean. But I know you can't, so that's for you to wonder about it. And this is what I like doing. I like wondering about things. And maybe me wondering has built up this thing, because I'm in wonder all the time. I always ask myself, why? How? When? Where? How does this do this? Why does this do this? How did that thing do this? And then if this did this, then how did that do that? And just on and on and on. My brain doesn't stop doing this. I can't stop thinking like this. And maybe that has something to do with it, because I build up all these thoughts, and I build up all these things in my head where I'm thinking about things and thinking and thinking, and it just piles up and piles up, and then that comes out in my dreams. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't have an answer. So that's what's even more of a mystery to me, is that I don't have an answer for it. So anyway, take care, y'all. I'm out. Later on.